middle. Right.
Thank you, our videographer. I don't know what you call them. Thank you, Leo and Brenton, for participating in learning how to do latte art. As mentioned earlier during the videos, we do have a handout for you. So I'd just like us to go through that, because I appreciate just doing 3 or 4 pours. It's not going to get you where you want to go, but at least you have an understanding of what you need to do and what you shouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we just quickly look at the 6 mistakes. So Brenton, in your own words, how would you describe the first one?
Wrong texture with the milk, so they'll either, or someone will either put the spout in too low, overheat the milk, or potentially have the spout in contact with the jug while they're heating the milk.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is, I only asked Brenton because he did the steaming milk class, so he knows all of that.
Sense.
Yes.
So we spend a lot of time talking about getting the canvas right. And we're really obsessed with having an exact same mix of coffee with milk and the same look and feel.
Yeah.
So that's what number 2 was all about.
Mm-hmm.
Now you saw in some instances, I said you can stir.
Yeah.
In others it's a deep pour, or in others, which you saw me doing, it was swirling it around to get that texture all coming together as one.
Yeah.
So there are 3 different options.
Okay.
Yep. And number 3, what's number 3 all about, Leah?
Waiting too long to start the latte art. So, like with me, when I took too long a pause in between setting up the base and starting the latte art, it then makes it hard to create the pattern or distinction of colours because it's just slightly too slow in wait times.
True. That also accounts for some people will put too much of the pour in and start the latte art at the last minute. So they end up going outside of the cup.
Yeah.
Because they want to get the art in, but the cup's already full.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really aiming for halfway and then starting your artwork. We've already talked a lot about pouring too fast or pouring too slow.
Yeah.
So that's number 4. We talked about the angle at number 5. So just making sure you always have control of the angle as you're pouring.
Yeah.
And the last one we had was pulling through too fast. And that's just, in time, you learn to just go a little bit slower to pull it through. And as mentioned at the beginning, it's to divide the artwork into 2 distinct pieces.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're not doing your heart, you don't need to do the pull through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're doing your leaf, you can just stop because you've already done what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I've just got 4 tips for a great pour. So we've talked about the teaspoon, which is number 1, using that to stir. We've talked about at the beginning using a wide brim cup. Keep the spout of the jug as close to the cup as you can and try to keep it almost touching as you're going in. And gently nudge the milk as you pour.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's if you're doing multiple hearts. You
Yeah.
would nudge 1 heart, nudge 2, nudge 3, and then you go up and over. So that just pushes the shape along the canvas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about what you've learned so far?
No questions for me there.
Just about the different types of milk, because you said that whole milk is the easiest. So do you need to do anything differently with other milks, or is it the same principles for all, but you just...
It's the heating methodology that it changes.
Okay.
So Brenton is now an expert in that. Just
Very
Brenton,
nice.
share your knowledge that you've retained so beautifully.
So the almond milk, I believe, can't be heated as much as the whole milk because it tends to separate
Yeah.
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah.
So you can't heat the almond milk as much. So if someone was to ask for a hot almond
Yeah.
milk, you could only heat it so far before it would
Okay.
separate.
Cool.
Yeah.
And is oat milk probably the most similar to whole milk when you're
Yes.
doing it? Yeah.
Yes.
I
So-
drink a lot of oat milk.
I did
so.
oat milk to
Yeah.
start because I didn't drink whole milk.
Yeah.
So I probably
No,
should have offered
that's
you.
fine. I drink both. So.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
behaves in exactly the same way as whole milk,
Okay.
which makes it very easy to work with.
Yeah.
soya, pistachio, almond, these are much more difficult because of that heating methodology.
Yeah.
So you might, you can still do the same pour, but it behaves a little differently. Soy milk and skim, they're a bit thinner.
Yeah.
So that means your velvet sheen is a bit less, so you
Yeah.
just have to be a little bit more controlled in how you're pouring.
Yeah.
It's unforgivable, basically, where I think whole milk and oat milk are a bit more forgiving.
Yeah. Okay, good to know. Thank you.
What did you find the most difficult?
It's controlling the technique when you're pouring the milk into the cup. So it's just that control, and I suppose that's probably to do with just getting used to it.
Yeah.
So the technique and finding a technique that works for you.
Yeah, nice, exactly. And what about yourself?
For me, I think it was the part between when you pour the base and then transitioning into doing the art, like trying to make a smooth transition into that.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is something, as mentioned, maybe the chocolate sauce wasn't the best way forward, despite what the internet said. But so maybe you just use Moccona coffee or instant coffee,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then practice that way.
Yeah.
And then you can at least have the distinction of color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But awesome. So thank you very much for attending the training.
Thank you, Jan.
And
Thank
there
you
will
for
be
having
some
us.
feedbacks. You're most welcome. Feedback that I would want from you, just on a quiet moment, how you felt the course went.
Yeah.
And that's the last of this series.
Great.
Until it's time to go into more exotic visuals on our canvas.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
No worries,
Thanks,
thank you.
Jen.
Cheers. Thank you.